This is a calculation where you are looking at how much product you get as a result of how much reactants you had. And the thing I really like about this question is it looks really, really scary, but it's not at all, because the principles are the same, so it couldn't be any harder than this. So you've got some reaction which you don't need to know about at all, and remember, it's just testing your knowledge, not your overall in-depth, complete forensic knowledge of chemistry. So there's something here called salicylic acid, which is used to make aspirin. And they've asked you to calculate the maximum mass of aspirin that can be made from 2 grams of salicylic acid. And they've even given you the relative formula masses of the compounds here. So we have here that salicylic acid is 138 grams. Well, it's 138, and for how much 1 mole weighs, it's 138 grams. And they say here that the mass of aspirin is 180. So we know that from this equation, 138 grams would usually make 180 grams of aspirin. But we don't have 138 grams. They've given us 2 grams of salicylic acid. So we, instead of 138, we have 2. And so the proportion of 138 is 2 over 138. And 2 over 138, just get my calculator, it equals 0.014 of the amount that would make 180 grams. So if we've only got 0.014 of our amount of salicylic acid compared to 138, we're only going to make 0.014 of the amount of aspirin. So if we're making 0.014 of the amount of aspirin, it's 0.014 times 180. And that comes in at 2.6 grams. So 138 grams would give 180, but only 2 grams of salicylic acid gives 2.6 grams. And so there's the answer. And so what we've learnt here is that we've got an ideal reaction where 1 mole of salicylic acid will form 1 mole of aspirin, so 138 forms 180, but we don't have the ideal reaction. We have a proportion of it. They've given us 2 out of 138, and so we need to multiply that ratio times 180 to find out how much aspirin we'll make. They then go on to say that the student made 1.1 grams of aspirin from 2 grams of salicylic acid. Calculate the percentage yield of aspirin for the experiment. Well, we were expecting what did we say, 2.6 grams, but only got 1.1 grams. So do you remember efficiency in P1 is what we actually got, 1.1, over what we were expecting, which is 2.6, times 100, and therefore our percentage yield is 1.1 divided by 2.6 times 100 equals 42.3%. And so there we have done a calculation where we're calculating the amount of product that would be made when they've given us the amounts involved, and we've got a different amount, and we've also got the percentage yield, which is the amount you actually obtained over what you were expecting times 100.